Hey, welcome everybody to Bridging the Seen and Unseen. I am Shane McLain. I am your host. And how are you, Ms. Gwen?
I'm good. How about you?
Like I said, I can't complain. My wife's in there. She'll swift kick me if I do anyway, so it makes no difference.
There you go.
So I'm excited about tonight. So this guest that we have is I'm real curious about, the historian ghost hunter, and I'm real interested in hearing what he has to say, and I love his picture where he's holding the skull, and I'm wondering if that's a real skull. You think that's a real human skull?
I don't know. It might be.
But then that would lead to other questions too.
Okay, why don't we bring him on?
All right, let's bring Adam Began on.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, sir? Welcome to Bridging the Seen and Unseen, brother.
I'm honored, man. I've seen a couple episodes. Not gonna lie, I stalked you a little bit, and I appreciate you. And of course, Gwen and I are friends over here. Here. So I know a little bit about you, and it's my privilege. So thank you guys for having me.
Awesome. I really appreciate you being here. Why don't we start? Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself first?
Well, first off, that was a real skull. Check it out. My buddy, who's a real, I've talked about a little bit. He's from New Hampshire. He's from Lisbon, where I grew up originally, but he moved to New Hampshire. He's into that taxidermy shit. He's got stuffed raccoons. He bought from a medical lab a real skull that was used for medical stuff, and it's got the name on it. It's called Mary and everything, and he had me hold it. And of course, you're like, I can hold a real skull. And then you actually hold someone's head in your hand, and I'm like, my face is like not sick, but just like, am I gonna get possessed? You know what I mean? Is this seriously. Yeah, that's wild. I've seen someone juggling my fucking head when I'm dead, so that's weird, man. You can be haunting them. So we'll see.
Yeah, I saw a guy one time that was holding up, and he was actually holding like he had done surgery or something, and he bought this guy's spine.
See?
And it's like real. That's the weirdest thing that you could possibly, like, I can see the skull, because but you're holding up somebody's spine.
That's bizarre.
I get your backbone. Well, the thing is,
yeah.
You donate your body to science, they use it in the lab, and then when they get done with it, they either toss it or they sell it at a yard sale, I guess. So you've given up your rights for burial. You're literally you can make a lampshade out of this dude's head, which Ed Gein style, I guess, but.
Now, when you do that, like, say, do they have to report that to the law or anything like that?
Certificate in case he gets like or whatever. They go, hey, did you fucking murder someone?
Yeah.
He's got a certificate with it, a med thing.
Yeah.
Local cops in Rochester, New Hampshire, where he's from, but pretty wild, dude. Yeah, I have that, and I'm just like, take it off my hand. It's first and last time I ever want to do that. So.
Yeah. So historical ghost hunter. Huh? So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Short story long. That's my life.
No, you can go as long as you want. We got an hour and a half. So please, just tell us.
Well, I'm usually the one playing host, so it's cool to be the guest once in a while. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, man. Long story short, I just kind of always been. I grew up in Lisbon, Maine, like I mentioned earlier. And for those of you who don't know Lisbon, Maine, or not familiar with Maine, it's right next to Lewiston, where that big mass shooting was. But Lisbon's actually known for its high school, Lisbon Falls, the Lisbon Greyhounds. Why?
Oh,
Because Stephen King went there. And
wow!
graduated.
Yeah.
I'm the same graduating fucking high school as the author of Macabre, man, Stephen King. So I know where he grew up in Durham. That all fascinated me. Long story short, my mom was up watching The Shining when I was like 8. You know what I mean? And yes, thank you everybody for watching. I know my girl Heather's watching. Go ahead and comment. Tell me off. Ask me questions. Say stuff in comments. I'm here. So growing up, man, watching Care Bears and all that stuff, getting into G.I. Joes, all that's great. Pro wrestling, big wrestling fan.
Oh, me too.
I'm 9 years old, man. My mom's watching The Shining while my stepfather's gone hunting. And she's like, you're going to go to the same high school as the guy that wrote this movie. And I start watching it, and you see the girls in the elevator and the blood and the whole nine. And I get hooked on horror. And then like a couple of years later, believe it or not, my mom's father, the same one, he passes away in Lewiston, Maine, Raymond Willett. And I see him. He comes to me and walks me in the middle of the night, which I thought was a dream, but he walked me to the fridge and told me to take care of mom the night he died. And I found out about 10 years later that my younger sister saw him that night too. So that verified the first ever ghost for me in 1989. I mean, I'm 45 now, so it was a long time ago. But at a young age, man, between horror movies and hauntings, and then fast forward another 5 years, I'm 15, 16 in Lewiston, Maine, in Central Maine Medical Center, where I was born. Ironically enough, my grandfather died. And I watched him literally be flatline. The very second I watched at 15, as the whole family just flipped out where they're visiting him. It's his birthday, and he's in the ICU for cancer, the whole nine. And he literally flatlined. I mean to laugh, but so not only did I see a ghost, but I witnessed the death. Not to mention the whole Stephen King universe. So by the time I'm 18, I'm hitting the ground running. I'm either becoming a minister and forgetting about and trying to get away from this shit, or becoming a historian ghost hunter. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Researching graveyards, researching deaths, suicides, trying to find out if I'm going to see my grandfather again, all this shit. And it's led to this through years and years and years. And of course, you don't say a lot because back in the 90s, we're not really known. Then the ghost hunters come out.
Yeah.
With Zach Bagans, but the real ones, they're Rhode Island. And then it starts getting kind of cool again. So you start doing it more and more. So I joined a couple teams in Maine, a couple people and stuff, did a couple events. And then I just decided to do my own. And I thought to myself, instead of just going places and asking people what the color of my T-shirt is or what my hat says, I'm like, what happened to you? What year were you here? I want to know facts. Where was the land built? You dig? I want to go back. And I don't just want to go there for the weekend and go, I went to the Conjuring House, which is great. But I want to go. I went to the, Harrisville, Rhode Island farmhouse, the 1812 or whatever. It's an old 1790, I believe. I want to know the year, dude. I want to know the grounds it's on, if it's Native American, if it's whatever. And then I want to know ties and shit. So that's all the history part of it. So my mom passes away a couple of years back, about 5 years ago. And then I ended up being in a car accident myself. And I believe I died for like half a minute. If not, I definitely passed out. They brought me back to life, long story short. And I was in the hospital for 3 hours until I could remember my girlfriend's number. It was right before COVID started. I was in bad shape. And I ended up becoming homeless because I lost my shit. So I lived in an RV in the back of a flea market for like 8 months, like literally powerless RV, contemplating suicide, And this dude gets a hold of me from Canada telling me, you're phenomenal. All your ghost hunting stuff. You want to be my guest? And I was never a guest. I was on Ross Rapazzo's Paranormal King Radio Network from Montreal. I get on the show and he goes, you're a talker. You know your shit. Do you want your own show? I go, me? So I did Historically Haunted show for like a year and a half, which is just audio only. You can see that on my YouTube channel. And then I said, someone goes, you can do podcasts and for free through StreamYard. And I did this. And I've been picking up doing events. Next thing you know, they asked me to be a speaker at the Warren Convention. Tony Spera invited me as his guest for free. We lost you. I thought
I lost everybody. It lost everybody on here.
Sorry.
Oh, it's me. I'm bad luck, man. It's that skull.
It's that gremlin.
We have gremlins a lot on my shows, so just so you know.
Okay. Where did I leave off? I don't want to. What did I?
No, you were talking about Maine and how you were doing it. You started doing it on your own, and you started finding out the history behind the stuff, like the 1812 and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's where I started. I mean, not that people don't do that either, because there's historians, but I said, well, it's kind of cool. And then I thought the name itself, Historically Haunted, was pretty neat, and I want to trademark it because it's not taken yet.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just start branding stuff and making T-shirts and some asshole steals it. So I want to kind of market it, and it started as a paranormal team. We've done a couple of home cases. You know, we stayed at Lizzie Borden's before and all that stuff. So it's kind of been incorporated. And then, like, I don't know if did I tell you about how I got the show? Did you hear that part?
What is going on? What is going on here?
I think he's having issues. Can you hear me, Shane?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It just keeps zapping out, and like all three circles are coming up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It could be me. The Wi-Fi in Maine's horrible. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
That happens a lot on my show. It's the Wi-Fi. I live literally, even if you know Maine or not, but I live by like Mount Katahdin between.
Oh,
Bangor.
yeah.
I live. There's not a street light in my town. Population, I think 1,300 people. 1,300.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, it's more moose than people. So I like it. What's up, Thomas?
Thomas.
Hey.
I'm scared to talk. Every time I start talking, I cut out.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I wanted to ask you. You said you did the Lizzie Borden house. I mean, what did you guys come of that? Like when you did that, what did you come of it? Did you get any significant answers?
Oh, what a weekend that was! My girlfriend surprised me with that. She goes, "We got like a what?" So we go down. We go to Rhode Island. We see H.P. Lovecraft, the author's grave, and his house. You know me, historian. I got to go down. I got to go see where H.P. Lovecraft is. We're going up there. So right across the river from Providence is Fall River. So we did Lizzie's house. We did, the big museum, all that stuff. The town hall, or not the fucking town hall. What's it called? Every town's like a history place. We did that. And then we went back to the house and we did the tour. And the girl, Leanne, before she passed away, this is 2019. She goes, I'll just let you know, the other two people that were staying here canceled. So for the price of one room, you guys get the whole house. Enjoy, don't die, and shuts the door. I mean, if you look at Lizzie Borden's house back then, that was $1,200 for a team to rent the place for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was on a Wednesday in the middle. So, dude, I pulled an all-nighter. We got an orb on the shop vac in the basement at 1 a.m. where they found the hatchet. Ooh. My girlfriend used the dowsing rods in the living room where the father was killed with the axe in the head. That was going haywire. I laid naked. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I get nervous. I laid naked in Lizzie's bed. I'm like, I'm up there. I'm like, just do something, touch me, something. I just tried anything. It was pretty wild, man. But that's like literally my mom passed away like 8 months after, and I blamed it on Lizzie. I was like, shit, did I, you know what I mean? That was wild. But see, that's great, and I love Lizzie, but there's so many other places that aren't heard of that are just as wild as Lizzie's story. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. What's one of the wildest places that you've known historically? Because I'm real big on that too. I'm real big on discovery. Like if you're going to an area, I mean, even when I do residentials and stuff like that, I like to find out everything. I like to find out, the land. I like to find out where it started, who it started with, is it residual, whatever it is, I like to do my homework on that. And so, I mean,
background too, of course, you want the roots.
Right. Give us an example of one of the times there where you've done it and it really surprised you.
Cool. That's a tough one because there's so many that stick out to me right away. I'm going to give you a couple examples if that's cool because it's hard to narrow it down to one. One of them is definitely the 1949 USS battleship USS Salem in Quincy, Massachusetts.
Oh,
right
wow.
Down the road where Whitey Bulger used to kill people in the mob. There's a battleship there that was a rescue ship in World War II, and like 89 people died on board or something. And I went there a couple times. You could rent it out. You can do tours there. I went there with a paranormal team, and it's got like 4 floors. And there's like cots where the morgue was, where they kept the dead bodies. I'm not laughing. It's just wild to me, this shit that you can do. And you just go in, and there's no windows in a battleship. It's not like, you know what I mean, like a regular tugboat. So you go in, it's almost pitch dark. There's metal everywhere, and you can just see. It's just wild. If you get a chance, the USS Salem, it's got a witch on the cover of it. It was used in World War II. That's a big one. I'd say one that's actually free that I'd say literally everybody I tell the story to, none of them ever heard about it. And I think unless you live in Maine, you probably never heard about it. But in 1963 or 5, B-52 bomber, big airplane, one crashed about on 45 minutes north of me in Elephant Mountain in Greenville, Maine.
Oh, wow. 8
Massachusetts pilots or crewmen died. The 2 pilots survived because they parachuted, but one got frostbite because when they landed on the Elephant Mountain, there was no roads. And it took them a day and a half to get to them. And it was January. It was like below fucking 8 degrees, below zero or something. So the plane's still there and you can go for free. It's a long ride and you go up this dirt road and it cling, 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 cling. But I've been up twice. I got a video on my YouTube channel, Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter. I've been there by myself alone, and I went. It was oh boy, dude. There's fuel lodges in the tree still. There's this scattered everywhere. The indents in the ground. Been there for 40 years, and people just leave the pieces there. And the cockpit's there, and it's got a big memorial tombstone. It's got all the 8 names of the soldiers that died there, that were pulled out of the cockpit. That's still there. What's up, Jim Brown? Tombstone Paranormal out of Stowe, Maine. Good man.
Nice.
When I was in my car accident, he donated some money. I don't know if you heard that earlier. I died in a car accident.
Oh,
well, I either died or passed out. After my mom passed away, I got to lift her car, Ford Fusion. I was driving it home one day in Scarborough to go see my girlfriend who lives in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. And I left Little Caesars Pizza with the pizza, and I woke up in the emergency room in Portland. And people are going, "What's your name?" Or I'm sorry, the back of the ambulance with all my pants cut off and shit. The guy above me with paddles going, "There he is." Yay. And I'm going, "What? You were in a car accident." I couldn't remember my name from Adam. No pun intended. So for a couple of hours, I was in the hospital, dude. And I couldn't think of anybody to call. My phone wasn't on me, my wallet. Long story short, dude, I was out. My mom already passed. I got pictures of my car totally dismantled. And that's when things started happening, though. That's when my memory started holding on to things. I almost like I was reborn. That's when I got my radio show. Yeah, my podcast, my radio show, my booking agency, my tours. I'm writing my first book. All this shit's happened since because I own my own. I went from homeless. I was homeless in an RV, an abandoned RV with no power for almost a year, contemplating suicide, believe it or not, which I'm not happy about. But now here I am, a homeowner. I bought my place after we sold my mom's house. I moved up north, dude. I own 2 cars, not the best, but I own them, and
you're doing great, man. Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised what things can turn around when you put a different perspective on your life.
Yeah.
You can't lose your faith, man. You really can't.
No, you can't.
Like I'm thinking to myself, well, here I got my girl and I got her kids, and that's it. Like none of my family talk to me. Really, my sisters don't really check up on me anymore. Of course, my mom's passed, but she was cremated, so there's no grave to visit. So I'm kind of up here just honestly, you guys are the ones, these Facebook people and are my friends. And now doing the podcast, dude, when I started the podcast, I had Donnie Green on my show, who was the truck driver in Pet Sematary that drove the red Rinko truck.
Oh, yeah.
I get the check on the wall still somewhere. He gave me $1,000 and sponsored my podcast for 2 years. And then he told me, "Are you a booking agent? You should be. How about you represent me?" So I represented him. I got Thomas Patrick. I represent him. Nate Elwell, Stacey Johnson. She was Pennywise in the remake of It. Bill Skarsgård was, but in the sewer scene, certain scenes, she's paid me money. And Thomas, 2 years now. I've been. So I went from all this to like podcast host, tour guide, booking agent. What? And now Clown Motel sponsors me for the last 2 months of my podcast, Clown Motel 3. It's on Tubi. I got autographs from the girl that was in it. She was on my show last week, Mary Kate. So
nice.
I was like, what am I doing? I'm not kissing butt. I'm just being me, being loud, swearing.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes to be yourself. I had to learn that the hard way. That's why, it took me a long time. That's why everything's good now.
So let me guess, Gwen, you're done people pleasing? You didn't care what people think about you? Is that what you're saying?
No, not anymore.
Good. That's when you start living. Because as long as you, for my opinion, man, God's got a plan for me. I put it in His hands. Everybody else can just watch me shine. And if they're haters, peace out. Watch. I don't. So.
I've got a father that literally lives 30 minutes from me, and I'm in the low country of South Carolina. I'm in Beaufort, South Carolina, near the Marine base, and he literally lives 30 minutes away from me, and I have end-stage renal failure with 1 kidney. I go to dialysis 3 days a week,
Oh,
3 days a week, and I'm a
Don't-
cancer survivor. And I've
Mark,
been back here for 7 years, and I have seen him 3 times. The last time that I actually saw him, he brought his ex-girlfriend stuff to my job where I was working because he didn't want to face her. He wanted me to go give his ex-girlfriend stuff to her.
You're his fall guy, for Christ's sake. You don't even.
That's
see
what
him,
I'm
you don't even
saying.
do
That's
his
what I'm
dirty
saying. And
work?
I'm his first child. I'm his first child, and like, I mean, I think what it is because he wasn't necessarily ready to be a father when I was growing up, and I was not supposed to be here, and I know too much about who he was, not about who he is now or who he has people believing he is, because I know the things about him that he doesn't want people to know about. And so I think it's easier for him to
Yeah.
stay away, than to look me face to face like that, because he doesn't want me to meet people and be able to tell people like who he really is.
It's not so much you, if anything. It really is. It's him. It's not you.
It is. It
But it
is.
sucks because you feel like it is. How could you not? I mean,
And I've accepted it. I'm telling you, I have so much peace in my life because I went in 7 years of being here. I went from having a crack in my lumbar to having a bad back injury for almost 2 years, and then go to stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma, fighting cancer. And
dude.
then during that, the chemotherapy and radiation destroyed my only kidney. And I had to where the enemy was just attacking me, and I was going through, I couldn't sleep. I was having like paranoid sweats. I was thinking, and then I started getting to a fact where I was questioning God, questioning my existence. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is this, I'm not a bad person. I try to do really good things for people, but why is this always happening to me? Why do I have to live with this?
Dude.
And then, God revealed to me, and he says, God gives the hardest battles to his strongest warriors.
His strongest soldiers, absolutely.
And
Not
He's
fair,
strong.
though. It's-
so you would never be able to even tell, because like I approach ministry like that. I approach life like that. I don't look tomorrow. I don't look anything. I look right here, right now. How can I improve this circumstance? Because in all jokes, my wife says the best. The only person that I want to be better than is the person that I was yesterday. And if I continue that on a daily basis, then I can't lose.
God damn. I just want like exclamation point right at the end of that.
There
Like,
you
I
go.
mean, you hit it. It's at the end of the day, man, we're all battling some shit. And it's hard to go through life, especially nowadays with, I'm not going to bring up politics, but whether you like them or not, everything's all up in the air. Tariffs, all the who knows what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
If we're going to go to war. And right now, it's a scary time to be alive, man. It really is. You don't know if countries hate us, they like us. We don't know what the fuck's going on. The only person you can really trust and believe in is God's got a plan. Or you really hope so. And that's really it. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 3 hours north of my family. And ever since, like I said, my mom passed away. My dad, none of these, my sister, none of them know I'm a booking agent. None of them know. Because they don't ask, they don't talk to me, they don't reconcile on Facebook, nothing, dude. They don't.
Do they believe in what you do? Do they? No, so they don't support you.
It's interesting, right? I think. Sorry, it's a delay in my thing.
Oh, they don't support you. They don't support you at all.
Dude, none of them. I used to sing in a heavy metal band for 5 years, Culling the Herd. I was a singer. We opened up for like Mushroom Head and El Nino, a couple cool bands. My mom would go. My dad, I think, went once. My sister once, but none of them really seemed to care. And they went off, had families. I get it. But I got a sister and a stepsister and a dad. And none of them call me, text me. Christmas, they don't come up. None of them visited me in the hospital when I was homeless. They didn't bring me food. My sister helped me up a little bit. Sorry for burping. My blood sister. But like I've been where I live. I've been a homeowner for 3 years in July. None of them have been up once. I'm only 3 hours north. My girlfriend comes up a lot. Like I had a friend from New Hampshire, the one I was telling you about, came up. 5 hours, and this family, and they won't come up to see Adam's home. Not that it's a big thing; it's just a trailer. But God damn it, I own it.
It's yours. It's yours. You should be proud of that, and they should be proud of you. You know, you've come a long way too, brother. I mean, don't let family, because like you said, man, you know, family does not define who's blood related to you. Family are people that are there for you no matter what.
Chosen family. Chosen
Thank
family.
you.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. You can't choose. You can't choose who you're born into, but you can choose who you have around you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, you know, God bless you, man, because I mean, you've gone through a lot yourself, and look at where you are. And honestly, your family, if they can't accept and be proud of how far you've come and what you're doing and things like that, then you don't need that kind of negativity in your life anyway, because you're doing better off without them now. So what's the sense in having them come in there and try to destroy everything that you have going on? It's not fair to you. It's not a good deal. And you and I sound like we're in the same boat. So, you know, keep living, man.
I like you guys. Yeah. And it's not, and I said, I'm not in it to make money, but yeah, I'm getting sponsored by a dude that was in a Stephen King movie. What? He signed my autograph. He came down to Maine, right? He picked me up in Maine at Dice Hearts, where Stephen King thought of the Maximum Overdrive movie and by Bangor. And this fucking guy comes from Florida, brings me down to go sit in the truck. That's on my YouTube channel. I sat in the original truck. There's a thing that says used in the Stephen King movie Pet Sematary 1988. I sat in the truck. I got pictures of that. I went with him down the road where he killed the kid. That's in Hancock. All this stuff that I've done, and they have no interest. They don't ask me. I tell them a little bit. They just think I smoke pot. I'm a metalhead. I'm a ghost chaser. But I mean, even if I am, dude, I was there when all their kids were born. I'm not going to get personal, but like, I just feel like support isn't hard. All it is a phone call or a text or just a Facebook like or
it
share.
is.
I shared this show. Let's see how many of my friends go and share my shit. I share the shit out of people's shit. Sure, I get paid to do it. I get it, but I did it even before that, and I still do it. I don't know, man. You're right. I appreciate what you're saying, dude, because it's huge. You gotta like respect certain people or just anybody. Yeah. Otherwise, get the fuck out of the way. Because if my name is in the paper, or if I did a thing with Thomas, I spoke for the first time ever, Salem State University College, Salem, Massachusetts, last year. I was a speaker on the stage in front of people. Adam has already. I spoke without passing out.
That's great.
That was a big moment in my life. I check it out. I made the flyer, the whole nine. That's me, my mother.
Nice, man. Nice. See?
So I got that, and I get to meet people, and I get to speak, and people clap for me. And my family wasn't there.
But see, your family was there though. The ones that actually want to see you, that want you to succeed, that want you there. That's the ones that you got to care about. Listen, I have 29 years of studying theology, 29 years of studying biblical theology. And I'm going to tell you now, that means nothing, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
You're fucking good.
Yeah.
This guy's good.
This is why I love him so much. Yeah.
You picked a good one, Gwen.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. Go ahead.
You see what Asia said? Family isn't
always good.
good.
Her too. She's a good chick.
You got it, Asia.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't want to get personal. I mean, everybody's got problems. No. I'm not saying I have a rough life, but I mean, yeah, I appreciate you listening and your 2 cents, because, yeah, man, it's not easy sometimes. I'm 45, and I still, man, want to hug once in a while.
I'm 47. I'm 47, man. I'm 47. I'll be 48 in July.
Wow. Okay.
You know.
Wow. Cool. Oh,
yeah.
So 70.
Yeah, we're around. We grew up in a dying era, man. You know, I graduated high school in 95.
Okay.
You know, so, but I mean, those were some of the best years, you know, of my life, even though they were treacherous. Those were still, you know, there was no technology. There wasn't no cell phones.
No an attachment. You can go out and play with your friends and not have a hook on you.
Yeah. When you get up on Saturday morning and your mom, you know, instead of like grabbing your phone to see who's online, your mom looks at you and says, "I'm going to be cleaning this house today. You can either go and play with your friends, or you're going to help me clean this house."
you went out and played tag with your homeboys and went to the store and shot hoops.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd stay going. I'd stay going the whole time.
Dude, Shane, you go out now in this empty baseball yards, empty basketball courts. No one's at the stores on pedal bikes no more. They're all inside on their fucking games.
Yep.
I can't stand it because I grew up on basketball, man. You know, I used to think I was like the white Michael Jordan, and what's bad is I can't jump. So there's no way I could have been Michael Jordan. So I tried to perfect shots. So, I mean, I got real good at shooting. I mean, even in high school, I had an 83% 3-point shot. 83% in high school. And now this condition, I went to go try to shoot and I just got so disappointed. I was missing free throws and I was like, man, this is something I grew up on. I mean, I spent from the time I got up in the morning to the time nighttime came, sometimes after playing this game. And I thought that I'd be able to do it my whole life. And it just doesn't work like that.
No, and that's heartbreaking. I tell you, the older you get, your soul and your heart stays the same, but your mind and your body are like, nah.
Yeah. Especially being 47, man, you know, going through this and what it is my vision. Ever since I got end-stage renal failure, my vision has now I've had perfect vision my entire life. I had beyond 20/20, and that's why I can shoot a gun so well. Like it wasn't anything for me to shoot an international 308, 1,500 yards, and I'd hit it dead on. You know, I mean, it wasn't nothing to do that. But I mean, if I tried that now, man, I can look out my window and like it's hard for me to even see my mailbox.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like
the human body's flawed, man.
Yeah. But I'm thankful to be here, man. I'm thankful to be here. You know, I thank God every single day. I've got a beautiful wife, got a beautiful family. And I mean, that's what matters. That's what matters. And you've got a girlfriend, you've got a house, you've got 2 cars. You woke up this morning, you woke up every single day. You're making the best out of your life. I mean, dude, there's nothing that you're doing that anybody can look down on you for, man.
Fucking A, man. It's Monday night. I'm talking to Shane and Gwen after working today with some people at work. I just dude, that's another thing. I got fired 2 weeks ago and I got hired the next week, started a new job, and they fucking love me. They're talking about maybe making me.
That's what I mean. When see, that's the beautiful thing about life, man. When God closes a door, he opens 7 more. The problem is we as humans, we try when God closes a door in our life, we have a tendency as humans to stand in the hallway to see if that door opens back open. Instead of looking forward and seeing the 7 that he's opening, we try to stand there and see what he closed if it's going to open again. And that's a flaw in human anatomy. We all do that.
Like horse blinds.
Yep.
We all do it.
Break the mold. And that's the thing. I was worried for a day. I'm shitting my pants. What am I going to do? I got to sell something. I have to move my house. I'm going to be homeless again. You start getting worried because humans panic. We do.
Right.
Stress the fuck out. I go to bed early. Oh, I'm depressed. I don't want to answer my phone. Next thing you know, I'm like, well, fuck this. Apply. Fucking 8 jobs in a row. 2 interviews in one day. Wow, hired them. Let's go. And I still have money for the podcast. People send me stars. People pay me to book me. But as you know, dude, you can't make enough money in life when the fucking loaf of bread's $40. So you got to make money. You got to do your thing. You can't sit still. And if I'm not promoting or marketing myself, then I'm working a 40-hour job. Fuck it. And I'm door dashing on my days off. I had my door dashing on until we came on.
Yeah. That's awesome. Go on, man, and join our paranormal page, just Outer Realms Paranormal. And you can share everything that you have going on all over that. And then I'll reshare it to 40 different platforms. So I'll help promote that too.
Ditto. I got Historically Haunted. I got also like a group page where people just share whatever they want, shows, whatever, by booking. I'll share all that shit. It's
That's
all
awesome.
Well, see, our network, our network, we share, we support each other, we come on each other's shows. We're a family now.
I'm giving you guys some dates tonight or tomorrow. Come on. I get some openings in September. So,
okay.
But yeah, this is just like talking to, I forget we're even not talking to people, but
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's why I told you it'll be probably the most organic thing that you have. You and I have another thing in common too, about the paranormal and everything. I get asked, and one thing is I was a pastor for 3 years, a full-time pastor in the church, and we had families coming in that had real problems, real issues coming in, and all they would hear is, "Oh, we'll pray for you." Well, I decided to step away and get into spiritual warfare ministry, but I've always known that there's paranormal. I had my very first experience when I was 10 years old, and I saw my grandfather. And I know what I saw. I know what I saw. There's no way. And my grandmother is a diehard Christian woman. She's not one of those ones that would talk about ghosts or anything like that, but she had an experience in front of me too, because my grandfather slept in his own room. His bed was pulled back. This is after he passed. His bed was pulled back just the way it was. The shower was on, going full blast on hot. The closet was open. One of his suits were on the bed. His shoes were at the bottom of the thing. And I'm standing in my grandfather's room, and this is 6:00 in the morning. And my grandmother walks in and says, "Why'd you do that?" I said, "I didn't do this."
I didn't do it.
And then you could see it in her face. She's like, "He's right, because how would he know to do all this stuff? The same things that my husband did for 50 years.
You know, see, but the old school Catholics are taught that when you're dead, you go on the ground until Christ calls you up to heaven. Then you stay in the ground. They don't believe in walking, or you go straight up to heaven until he calls you, but you don't walk the ground like in purgatory, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's in purgatory, but you know, there's honestly, man, there is no biblical proof that when you leave here that you go straight to heaven, because in Thessalonians it says that the dead in Christ will rise first. So if they were in, where are they rising from?
The earth.
Right? Where are they rising from? So I do believe there is a supernatural element there. And then if you say, and then I love when people say, you know, there's no ghosts in the Bible. Oh yeah, well, if you remember closely, Jesus went up on the mountain and he had a transfiguration, and there were multitudes of people that were around him. And all of a sudden, the ghost of Elijah and Moses were standing right next to Jesus, and 400 people saw it.
That's right. Not to mention the Holy Ghost is mentioned in every other verse.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Wow. And a lot of people don't realize this either. Before Jesus even came to earth, the people that were there, they were in the ground. They were walking the earth. There were only two people in the Bible that did not see death. It was Enoch and Elijah. They were took up to heaven. They never saw death. So that's the only thing that people, so when people went, and what gets me is I started this podcast because my goal was to bridge the gap between paranormal and clergy. I want to make our ministry is not only helping families deal with supernatural issues. Our ministry is to help teach teams that there are clergy that are church affiliated that are here to help you. And that's the difference in us. You know, we are a spiritual warfare ministry. We are an exorcism ministry. We do everything that the church is supposed to do under a banner of living how we are supposed to help people, because Jesus said, and yet these two remain, faith, hope, and love, and the greatest is love. And he said love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your spirit. He said that's the first commandment. And he said the second is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And he said those two commandments supersede any of the other commandments there are. So if you live to do those two things right there, and you live to serve, and you live to serve to help people no matter what they're going through, then you can actually step in their shoes and say, hey, I'm here to help you. I'm here to walk with you through this. And, you know, if a tree is producing bad fruit, you know, you don't stand underneath the limb and watch it continuously produce bad fruit. You quit looking at the fruit and you examine the root. And that's my goal in every single case that I do, is searching the root of that problem so the fruit gets better.
Where it all started. Fucking, yeah. I mean, Not to change the subject, but I've been to the America's oldest fruit tree. It was planted by a pilgrim. It's in Massachusetts. It's an old pear tree in Haverhill.
How did they know it's the world's oldest?
Because it's the world documented oldest. It was this guy's land or whatever, and it still produces pears. It's got a black gate around it. But there's Samuel something, I believe, from the pilgrim ship. It's right down the road in Danvers where Tituba was, the witch. That's where Salem Village was Danvers, and it's now called Danvers. But I've been to that Atlas Obscura site and shit like that. I automatically thought of that. I don't know why my brain goes to shit. But no, you're right on all that stuff because you really just got to. I mean, faith is mature. A lot of these people that had the old school faith are almost like an old school, like, don't do this, don't have kids without getting married. Like, as long as you believe in God, dude, that's a human earth thing. He's talking soul shit. There's a big difference. Still, don't kill, obviously, but just. I get what you're saying.
That's a moralistic thing. That's a moralistic. If your morals are set in place and you have a heart to love God, to understand who He is, and to know that God created you for a purpose, and that purpose for you here is to love God and to love other people, then you have a better understanding of life than most people that don't know God.
You are forgiven if you really, it's all about down to it. I agree with 100%. And that's why, yeah. And that's why, that's why it's funny when people are ghost hunters, they're atheists. I'm like, well, they kind of what? Isn't that a catch-22?
No, I mean, and I have people like for instance, if you look on our page, as Knights Templar Unity Church, that's mine and Pastor Zach's page. I'm the associate pastor there, and I just had a comment come in. And because I shared that my Outer Realms page that I've had a little over a year and a half, my Outer Realms just reached 3,000 members. So I'm getting there, and I posted that, on the page, and this guy comes on and he goes, "You're representing witchcraft. You're trying to stir people away from." I said, "Do you know who I am?"
It's just a bullshitter. Block him.
Right, that's what I mean. And I mean, if you talk to anybody that knows me, Gwen, would you even put witchcraft in my name?
Nope.
See, that's what I'm saying. Nobody would. But see, that's the misconception that people have. They think because you work in the paranormal, you help people with paranormal issues, then you must be practicing witchcraft. Oh, you talk to ghosts. And another thing that drives me nuts is that clergy today, a lot of churches will teach their congregation that all hauntings are demonic. That coffee cup's moving, that's a demon.
Demonic possession case. Even fucking Tony Sparrow and them, like, no, it's like 1 in 3,000 if you're lucky. Like
that's what I'm saying, and it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, and YouTube, the way YouTube is putting all this demonic stuff out there, like everything is monetized as demonic and stuff like that. Let me tell you the honest truth, man. Honest truth, honestly. Out of all cases that you can work, everything that you do, all the dark cases that you do, 1% may be demonic.
I've never came across one. Maybe a malicious spirit, maybe one that's goofy, maybe a child spirit, something goes flying, woohoo. But as far as Amityville Conjuring, no, not in my life.
Well, I have.
Who really wants that? I don't want that.
I have. My first experience with a demonic experience was actually inside of a church.
Ooh.
Was inside of it. The guy behind me, they started singing worship music. And as soon as they started singing worship music, this guy flew against the wall right back. The chair flew up against the wall and he was speaking. You heard 4 and 5 different voices coming out of him. I mean, it was absolutely insane. But, that's the first time I see it.
Tyler, no, I don't think that was the Warren Museum, right?
Well, no. What's funny? Well, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. I can answer.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
We had a question. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a real. As you can tell, I'm a historian, right? If I'm going to do something and I'm able to do it, let's fucking go. I live in Maine. They're in Connecticut, right? So I Google it. So I go down there, and next thing you know, I'm friends with Chris McKinnell. Chris McKinnell is the grandson of Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's Judy Spears' son. And
Sure is.
on Facebook, and he tells me, I actually got his jacket he wore to Lorraine Warren's funeral. He gave it to me, his overcoat.
Wow.
And that's no bullshit. He goes, "You want to come see me before I go to Europe?" And that's when we're going to Lizzie Borden's house. That's before we went to H.P. Lovecraft's. So we go there, and we go to the Warren house. We go there, and we go where Lorraine Warren died, the gazebo out back. Oh, my God. We go inside Chris McKinnell. We bring him. We go to the Monroe Diner, where Ed and Lorraine used to go after meetings and stuff like that. Because the night before, we had a night with Annabelle. That's where I met the real Annabelle and Tony and stuff. This is right after my mom passed away, 2020. We went down to do that. It was a big loop. We hit Lizzie Borden's. That was the night with Annabelle. It was before they had the Warren Museum, Paracons and stuff. It was just a little thing. And that's where I met the dude, Arn Johnson, the one that killed his landlord in The Conjuring 3 in real life. I met him. I met his wife, Deborah, before she passed away. I met all of them. And then I met Tony. I met Jimmy Pentanino, all them guys. And that's where I kind of get connections with them. So we ended up going to Ed and Lorraine's grave. It's right there in Monroe, Connecticut. Went to the house, the whole nine. Conjuring Mira, and then we went to the occult, the Paracons. But then Tony goes, "Come to Mohegan Sun, be my guest." And we load up Annabelle, and the bishop blesses me, throws holy water on me. And I load up Annabelle in a big wooden box with Brandon Golding from Fight for Paranormal, who I represent now. And we loaded up on stage in front of a bunch of people. And I shouldn't say that. That was pretty demonic. I guess there is one demonic case. But I mean, kudos to you, brother, because in the church, you're outnumbered and Satan's calling. Wow. You've got some stories.
Yeah. Well, I started because I had a dream one night that I was at a white picket fence. And this was a long time ago. And I was at a white picket fence, one side, the side that I was on was God and all his angels. And on the other side was Satan and all his demons. And I heard myself scream as loud as I can. And I said, "You see, I'm on God's side." And the devil looked right at me and he laughed and he says, "But I own the fence." And I knew then two things that are happening. I wanted to be one of those persons that stood in the gap between what people are dealing with and what Satan is going to do to people. I wanted to be one of those people. I wanted to step in and actually help people and show people how to defend themselves against that attack, whether it's mental illness, whether it's getting them help, whether it's blessing, whether it's clearing and cleansing their house. I mean, I do it all. And another thing is that a lot of people that call themselves Christian are walking that fence line themselves. Yeah. They're saying, "Oh, I believe in God, but I shake hands with the devil." That can't work. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. The Bible is very clear. It says you cannot serve two masters. You can't do that. And I put it in my head that I'm going to do everything that I can to be a servant of God and to help bring people back into the acknowledgement of who they are and how much God loves them. Yeah. And once they start realizing that, then you get to the root of who that person is, and that derives and that can drive the evil or whatever it is in them, around them. Even if I'm speaking to a demonically oppressed person, I will command to speak to the real person that's in that person. And once two or more come together, just in the Bible, if two or more come together in his name, he is in the midst. If you tap into that person that's being demonically oppressed and they fight with you with that issue, that demon's got to go. Because now Jesus is in the midst. And he says, you say anything, you ask for anything in my name, and it will be given to you. You will cast out demons. You will heal the sick. You will see, the blind will see. He said, your works will be greater than mine if two or more come together I am in the midst. So you tap in and find that person that's being oppressed, whether they got blinders on, whether they're being oppressed in life, whether they have residual or like something where like they're like it's carried on through their family. You know, you help work them through those problems, and that's what I'm here to do, brother.
That's a good thing because a lot of people aren't, and a lot of people it's hard to read through because it's like, who do you trust in life anymore, right? And you really got to have to the point where it's like you got to believe in someone, and it's
Right. And
you know, people are praying anymore. It's tough to see who's really got the faith and.
Yeah, and you know, and listen, I have issues too, and I'm by no means a perfect person. I call ourselves like perfectly imperfect, and I mean, you want to see how imperfect I am? My wife's behind me; she can tell you how imperfect I really am. So I mean,
kitty cat behind you.
Huh?
That's our kitty cat behind you.
Oh,
you said that.
We've got 20. We got 20 of them in here.
Jesus, you're never alone, are you?
No, and that's my wife's fault. I don't care what you said. That's my wife's fault.
No, but
that is your fault.
You love them, but you love them, but you.
Oh, I do. Absolutely. I love them.
His wife is so sweet. Also, Adam.
Did you hear what she just said? She wanted to know if any of you guys have some duct tape and bungee cords, and I'm like, she would say that.
I just buried my last body with it. No, I'll have to get some more murder weapons later. I'll get some later.
Hey, look, y'all quit catering to her madness. Because, hey, you in there on peanut gallery? No talking.
Catering to her madness.
No. So let's get back. I'm very interested in this historical, like. So you do podcasts. You also do like tours and stuff like that. What do you do tours of?
So, well, like you said, man, it's fun to go out and do shit. You remember, like, we're the generation that did shit, right? We didn't just
we didn't sit in the house. Yes,
no.
It kills
maybe
me.
Rainy day, right? Maybe rainy day you watched Amityville, or maybe you played Monopoly, or maybe Mario Bros. On a rainy day, snowy day, whatever. But for the most part, dude, sun's out, guns out, let's go. So, living in Maine, between historical places, haunted places, and movie filming sites, right?
Yep.
I live 45 minutes from Bangor. I live where they shot fucking Pet Sematary, The Langoliers, which is Bangor Airport, Stephen King's movie. Thinner, The Gypsy's Thinner. That's filmed in Belfast. I know where that is. I've been to Storm of the Century. Come on in. That's in Southport, Maine. And I've been to Jesus, what's the movie there with the old mill in the beginning of it? Graveyard Shift for the big rats and the big bat. That's Harmony Mill. And check it out. It's not just Harmony Mill used in the movie. It's America's oldest still running sheep wool mill, 1821. I got a coffee mug from it.
It's still going?
People have died there. It's haunted, and it's a movie filming site.
Three.
You know what I mean? The B-52 bomber, all that's right here. Hannibal Hamlin, America's first Republican vice president. He was Abraham Lincoln's vice president on his first term. He died. He was from Bangor. He died on a couch in Bangor playing poker. So the couch is on display at the library for free. He's got a sign on it. He's buried at Mount Hope, America's second oldest garden cemetery, 1820. And
wow.
It was where it's where Stephen King played the Reverend in Pet Sematary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That I know the exact tomb. Right next to that is the grave that says Georgie, which is inspiration for Georgie from Pet Sematary, from It. And then the back of that is a grave that says Carrie, C-A-R-R, from Carrie, and it's all right there. I mean, I can bring it to all of it. So you guys,
so when you do your tours, you take people to those areas?
I'm getting there. And it's hard because people want tours, and right now I have a car and it runs like shit, and I'm getting there. I want to buy a van. So literally, unless you like come to Maine and I can maybe jump in with you and give you a discount. I know that's weird, but I'm working to get a tour van. So it's a one-man project. I'm getting there. But I have brought Danny Perez and Lauren Perez, the Radicals.
Love them.
They've taken 2 tours. I brought them where Victor Pascal gets carried up when his brain's leaking and they bring him up the steps. The guardrail and the steps are all still same from the movie. I can bring you shots to show you. It's in Ellsworth. It's a city hall. It's right on the way to the Pet Cemetery house. And oh my God, there's so many places. And Danny and Lauren have taken 2 tours, and I've given the tour to Gene Tewksbury. And they've seen the beginning to Creep Show 2, the hitchhiker. When she's blowing the guy in the beginning, she comes out of the hotel. That hotel's still there, and it's got the black label on it. in the road where she hits the black dude hitchhiking. Thanks for the ride, lady. When she hits him, that roundabout, that's still there. You can match the rocks up. I know that I got all the little everything. So no one's doing it. There is a tour, but they don't leave Bangor. I leave Bangor. I bring you to where Stephen King was born, Lisbon High School. I know where LL Bean's grave is, the guy that founded LL Bean. So I got Maine covered, and for the right price, I can bring you. It's hard because I don't have a van yet, and I'd have to jump in with you, which I know that's weird, but if you know me, you're watching this, you probably want me to come with you anyway, right? I'm not going to fucking smoke weed in your car, I promise. But I'll give you like a little list and you can pinpoint what you want to go to. In 1939, after Tom Dillinger and Bonnie and Clyde died, Al Brady was America's Most Wanted from Indianapolis, Indiana. He came to Maine to buy Tommy guns in Bangor, and Jay I found out. They came up from Massachusetts, shot him in the streets, right? He's got a plaque on the street that says Al Brady was shot here, and he's buried in Bangor, where I know his gravestone. and the store where he got shot, where he bought the Tommy guns, and he alerted the FBI and shit. They told him, come back a couple days, we'll get it for you. They called the FBI and said, this guy wants Tommy guns. That's a bookstore, and they sell Stephen King books. It's called Briar Patch, and I can bring you there. So it's fun, man. I tell you. And of course, I live, as you can tell, I'm a talker. I'll send you the screenshots. I've only done 3 tours ever. I got 2,000 followers. I don't know how that happened, but it's not official, but it's getting there. Historically haunted. If you Facebook that, you'll see it all.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And please also join Outer Realms Paranormal.
Yes.
Join Knights Templar Unity Church. We want to help support you too. So please make sure that you join those and share everything that you have, and I'll reshare them over platforms too.
Please do. Real quick,
are you on All Access already? Did you join All Access, Adam?
Look at all the people I've met. Miko, Pennywise, Hellraiser. I like to travel and go around to these things, and that's my thing now. I love paranormal, but no one's really doing horror movies, so I'm starting to get horror movie. I've had Sandy Johnson on my show. She was Mike Myers' first kill in the original Halloween. She was also Miss Playboy. 74, Miss Playboy. She blew me a kiss from California. Yes, Lily, I see you calling me. It's my neighbor's kid. There's an 11-year-old that I love her to death. She's like a daughter to me, but she's watching right now. She's trying to bug me because she's watching. See, that's another thing too, man. You gotta love people that need love, right? Life's too short, and I think that there's so many people in this world, and some need help, and some just need some love. And I think I like the reasons you're doing shit, and I like that. That's cool, man. Because,
absolutely.
Sorry about that. I'm really
no, it's fine. It's fine because I get like that too. I get off track and everything. Adam, what is like the most haunted place you've ever been to?
Oh boy, look at you putting me on the spot.
No, I'm talking like where you like let's think not just like I'm talking about a place where you would think twice about going back to.
Oh boy. Okay then. You ready for a little funny story?
Yep.
So this is R.L. Jurgenson's Jourgson. It's in Wells, Maine, Wells, Maine. Wells. Believe it or not, sidetrack, that's where George Burroughs, the pasture that was hung in the Salem witch trials, 6'5" pasture that broke a barrel in half. He was from Wells, Massachusetts. Maine wasn't Maine till 1820, but in 1692, when the Salem witch trials were going on, it was Wells, Massachusetts. He was from Wells, and they brought him back on a road, and the road became all evil and twisted, and they almost fell off the horse, and they called it Witch Trot, WITCH, Trot. That's still there. It's a road. I've got a picture by the sign. He was from Wells, this town, funny enough, and he got killed in Salem. He was hung for being a witch. We go to this place, me and my girlfriend, on Route 1 in Wells, Maine, the first route in America, and it's like a pawn shop, antique shop, I guess flea market, not a flea market, but. So we go in, it's an old red building, and there's like vines growing on the outside of it. You can tell it's old. There's an old well up front. It's a dirt driveway, and wow, the place is old. So we go in, we see this girl kind of dolled up, not transparent, but just older, just weird, not floating, but just something different about her. Yeah. So we go in, and she goes, "Oh, there's no one else there." It's me and my girlfriend Heather, who's probably watching. Heather, you can vouch for me. We've never gone back. We go by it now, we fucking shake, and I'm 45, and I still piss my pants. So we start walking in. She goes, "Oh, take your time, dear." So we go through, and everything's $3,000, $1,800, $600. I go, what the fuck? Where's all the $5 and $10 things? Like, don't sneeze. We're gonna end up coming out of here with a lawsuit. So we're walking through these rooms of this house, and this last door, these two dogs come out, werewolves, I call them, huge, like almost like a German Shepherd and like a not Saint Bernard, but like a German Shepherd and like a Siberian Husky. But I'm talking
like the Omen dog.
Oh, dude, and they don't growl, they don't bark, they just look at us.
They just stare at you
and walk us. Thank you. Well, it's like you were there, and they corral us out, right? Like we're the cattle, and they're just walking. So we walk by the lady, and she's talking to another lady, and I just walk out. I go, "Have a good day," and she's talking to the lady like we don't exist. The dogs walk us out. I go with my old lady. She opens the door. She gets out. I go to the car. I turn around. I shut the door. I look in. It's completely dark in there, and both the girls are gone and the dogs. And I was just there. There's no fucking human way.
So they weren't there.
Unless they left the room in lightning speed, two older ladies and two dogs shut the light off in 3.5 seconds.
Oh, wow.
So I shut the door, and it's almost like they were closed. I was expecting the close sign to come on. So I just said, let's just go. And I left the car, and every time I go by that place, you still look on Route 1. It's got a horse.
Well, yeah.
We didn't investigate it. It was not known for nothing. You can look up stuff online. There ain't shit about it. This is just something where I don't even really tell people because it's not like it's not Lizzie Borden.
Do they let people investigate it?
I don't think so. It's an antique place still. It still says antiques. And I haven't gone in. I don't dare fucking call. I didn't feel threatened except for the werewolves. But as far as the late, it's just odd. It's one of those things where it's like, that just doesn't seem to sit well. It doesn't stir the oatmeal. You dig? I just feel like some waters aren't worth testing. I'm not a prophet. Maybe it's something for you to come check out. You come into Maine, I'd love to give you a tour and check this place out and leave you there and take off. Just kidding.
Yeah. I would definitely love to. I've had some.
Well, I gotta ask you, ever been to Maine, brother?
No, I haven't. I've got a friend. I've got a friend of mine that builds some of my equipment. He lives in Maine, John Huntington.
Oh my fucking God. You know, fucking John. John's been on
he's a great friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's a great friend of mine.
Yeah, Huntington. John Gillis, John Huntington. They all know me. I'm not in teams with them and shit. I kind of go solo with my old lady.
Dave Childers, they're all friends of mine.
Okay, you must know Jeffrey Witham, who's doing the Maine Paracon.
I know everybody, man.
Jeffrey Witham is my client of mine. He's paid me money. I'm getting a table for free at his Paracon. I represent Jeff. I've gotten him Stacy Johnson. I've gotten him people. Because I know I sound like a goofy stoner, but it's like, dude, honestly, I'm a good promoter. I know the budget.
But man, dude, you're fun to be around. I mean, like this conversation has been everywhere, but it's been such a good everywhere, man. I love shows like this. I love where you can be yourself, where you don't have to have any kind of pressure behind nothing. I don't get a guilty conscience. I ain't done nothing that's super bad. Where no one is perfect, but I ain't raped. I ain't killed. Obviously stole that. I can think of maybe some peanuts from a fucking vendor. But other than that, dude, I've been to wrestling events. I'm a big wrestling fan. WWF. Oh man, well, what? We just watched Backlash.
Oh, dude, I love the werewolf. Check it out real quick. I
got look at you.
Fucking Ronda Rousey, Chris Jericho, Ted.
No, you got him signed?
I got it signed by DB Aussie, Alexa Bliss. I got pictures. Ronda Rousey, fucking. Of course, you got to put me on. I'll send them to you. I got pictures with all of them.
What?
That's cool.
That's crazy.
They're up on the wall. I'm at the Boogeyman. He gave me one of his earthworms.
Dude, I've been watching wrestling since I was like 5 years old, man.
That's my thing. See, that's my tie to life is that wrestling. I still love, like I said, I got the WWF tattooed. Because I just love it. I've been to the place in Connecticut, Stamford, Connecticut. Jericho. I met Jericho. Him and Fozzy, the band came. And I go, I got a picture with him. I got a selfie. I'll send it to you later. And I go, stupid idiot. And he laughed.
Can he really sing good?
Yeah, it's hard to tell these days. Everything's dubbed. He's not Oliver Anthony, don't get me wrong, but he's not bad. He stresses a little bit. You can tell he tries too hard, but
I figured that, man, because like even like in wrestling, like he was trying to incorporate that like rocker look and stuff like that, in wrestling. And there was a point in time where Jericho was a really good wrestler.
What? Yeah, when he first came out.
He was a really good wrestler.
He just left WCW. Was coming back when he had his front hair ponytail and shit. He had the walls of Jericho. Oh, look at this. Hold on. I love Alexa.
Who is that? Oh, Alexa Bliss.
Lily. I got a picture with her.
He's got the Alexa Bliss doll.
I drove 3 hours to go meet her. I haven't met any of those guys, but I met Braun Strowman. I got me and my mom before my mom passed. Met him in Bangor.
That is a big dude, buddy.
I go, Adam Sherry. He was like, hungry, quickly, gotta eat. Because Heather, she was there. Heather, my girlfriend's 4'9", his brawn 6 fucking. So I live to all that. I love paranormal. I love heavy metal. I love horror movies. I love wrestling. I just love to have life's too short, and I want to kind of experience it all. And I kind of do it all at the same time. Why not, man? Like I said, I'm trying to write my first biography. People have given me money. I go $10 or more, and I'll put your name in my book. People have given me $50 to put my name in my book. I'm like,
see,
so
that's what I mean, dude.
I'm not money hungry. I just figure, why not?
Why
right?
not?
I mean,
why not?
I don't have support from no one. I'm doing my own thing. It's fucking hard to live alone. And if people want to help me out, God bless them. I got Brandon who fucking sends me fucking $12 in stars every Thursday. Look it up. You see my 12.2 star, whatever. I go, you know what? You're signing with me. You've paid me like $80 in the last fucking 6 months. You automatically signed with me. So I've had him for like 2 years because he's been just watching, and he's an awesome dude. So I like with you guys don't have to talk to me. Who the fuck am I? I'm not no one special.
See, that's how I am. That's how I figure. I said I'm a nobody, and I've really been blessed. I've really been blessed to have some really good people.
We're all satanic weirdos in everybody else's eyes. When I tell people I'm a ghost hunter, not everybody's happy. Not everybody likes that. Some people go, oh.
They kind of give you that what?
Some do. Not everybody digs
so
you guys.
I'm gonna interrupt you 1 second, and well, 2 seconds. Paranormal Rockdown says you need to come. Yes, you do, because I'm trying my best to get there.
Is that with what the fuck?
It's in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, the Manor place, Bradford, right?
Oh, you messed me up. Okay, shoot. Tell me where it is, because I've been thinking. So you need to ask, you need to tell us how everybody can get in touch with you and see you.
Yeah.
Because it's going to come to the end.
Broadhead Manor. Broadhead.
Yes, Broadhead. Thank you.
Yes, I know. Bill runs it. Yes, I know. It took me a second. I'm the stone one. What's your excuse, Gwen?
Yeah, Broadhead. That's Paranormal Rockdown. Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Yeah. I am trying my best to get there, so you need to come.
Where do you, Gwen? Okay, so he's out of North Carolina, correct? Or
I'm in South Carolina.
You both
same with me.
Oh, you both North Carolina. What's the weather? I gotta ask. It's like 55 degrees here. It's starting to get warm, but
it's raining.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
dude, it's been like 80 degrees here.
Our snow finally melted 2 weeks ago, so that's good. And I love Maine; it's great. But if I do tours, guys, it's literally from like June to like November.
Yeah, you're limited there. You're limited. I do know that. I know you're limited there.
And where I live, dude, I look at the elevation from my girlfriend. I'm 3 hours northward because it's so cheap up here. I literally paid nothing for rent. But like I said, I'm an hour from a Walmart. You know what I mean? I can't just. It's really no man's land. There's wild rabbits on the road. That's pretty trippy. But yes, okay. I know we gotta get going. It's been over an hour.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just saying, just tell everybody.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, where they can find you, and stuff like that. Because man, you're an interesting guy. I mean, I can't wait to go on there and join your pages and stuff like that. Because I like to see where you go from here.
Oh, that means a lot to me because, I mean, at first I just did it and then a couple of my friends were like, what you do is kind of cool. I think people would like that. I go, really? And they go, yeah, just share it. And then my YouTube channel, I went to the birthplace of the hamburger, Lou's Lunch, 1895 Connecticut, had a hamburger out of the grill. They put it right in this big thing. And then I went to the place of so there's other stuff too. It's paranormal, but I mix it up with fun shit. You want to know where the hamburger was invented, don't you? That's kind of neat. So Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter on Facebook, on YouTube. That's me. You can see my journeys. I haven't posted in a while, but catch up on my old shit if you could. I really appreciate it. And then pretty much everything historically haunted. It started with historically haunted paranormal. That's my girlfriend. I want to plug her for a minute. She's my backbone. She's my everything. 8 years.
My wife is mine. So
I tell you, it keeps us in line, don't it, brother? Or keeps us out of jail. Heather Kiminiti, the Italian girl, hell of a cook. She's a witch. Witchin' Life Guide. She makes the bracelets. These are made out of glass beads. These are lava rocks. These are made out from lava. She makes bracelets and little trinkets. We bring them on, stuff for peace and love. So check that out, Witchin' Life Guide, if you can, real quick. But historically haunted paranormal, historically haunted tours, historically haunted booking is what I'm doing now, and that's where I'm getting people everything. I got a whole list of all their cards. I got Danny. I got Samaya. She is an enchantress from Connecticut. She's got sea salt here. Samaya's black salt, golden pyramid, sprinkle on doorways. I got candle makers. I got exotic dance. Not exotic. I'm sorry, that's the wrong term. Art dancers, art fusion dancers. They do like belly dancing. They do hoops and fire and do different shit. Very, very cool. But I also have different. I got authors. I got directors. I got a guy who did Steed's Ridge, Justin Grammer, author and director, film director. So historically haunted booking, and just Adam Began. It'll say Adam Historian Ghost Hunter. If you're really cool, I don't want drama and bullshit. If you're not going to talk
about your podcast.
I don't want politics and shit. Just come on my show. Just talk to me. Podcast Historically Haunted Vodcast every Thursday at 7 p.m. I go at 9 once in a while. I have two directors and an actor this Thursday at 9. So I go a little bit late for the West Coasters, but typically 7. And then it goes right to Historically Haunted on YouTube. You guys can check out all the episodes I've had with Dustin Perry and Jeff Mudgett, who is the great-great-grandson of H.H. Holmes, America's first serial killer. I've had him on the show. You name it. I've had Dr. Tony Spera. I've had a lot of movie stars and shit. Of course, me and myself, girlfriend, all different people. I'm going to have you guys soon. So, yeah.
Yeah, get us up. Get me on your. I'd love to be on your podcast. I love doing stuff like this. I love networking. I love just channeling and just meeting great people. And I appreciate having you on, brother. I mean, it's been a blast.
I could go another 3 hours, honestly. I know it's getting late, but I mean, this was
fun.
I've
got another show at 8, so.
All right, yes, I would definitely come back. I want you guys on my show. I'm booked till September. Please. We'll talk soon, if not this weekend or later this week, if not tonight. But thank you guys for having me. Shane, Gwen.
Thank you so much for being on. You've been an awesome guest. Hey,
I'm a talker. I warned you.
Join All Access. If you haven't joined All Access, join that. Join Outer Realms Paranormal and joins Knight Templar Unity Church also.
There you go.
I got stickers made. I got stickers I hand out, and I got magnets and shit at little events. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, thank you for being an awesome guest, brother.
Yeah, stay on for a minute, Adam. And you.
Oh yeah, we'll talk in the back room. Thank you guys for watching. Watch more of the show. These guys are phenomenal. Follow everything they do. Follow me. I'm going to share their shit. These guys are amazing. Thanks for having me on. It was a blessing.
Thank you, man.
We'll pull you down. Just hang on. He is awesome. I love
it. Yeah, I mean that's such a and I love shows that are just organic like that. It just kind of flow. The conversation goes, and who cares if it goes everywhere? I mean, you kind of heard a little bit of everything, but that's what it's about, man. Life is too short to be stuck. I never want to be stuck on stupid. I always want to have good people on that talk about themselves, that talk about what they're into, that talk about who they are. I love getting to know people, and I want to thank you all for being here with us. Thank you for being here with us. Stay tuned till next week, and you guys stay safe, be blessed always, and stay spooky, people. Peace.
Shane, stay for a minute out in the back.
All right.
Thank you guys, and have a wonderful night.